body gives out secretions like saliva, sweat, etc. However, there are many more secretions which flow inside our body. The organs which produce these secretions are called glands. Glands control the development of our body and several other functions. Glands are of two types: exocrine glands, which form the exocrine system, and endocrine glands, which form the endocrine system. The glands such as sweat glands, tear glands, or salivary glands, which release their secretions externally through tubes or ducts, are called exocrine glands. For example, saliva is released through ducts into the mouth to help digestion. Endocrine glands do not have any tubes or ducts, and they release their secretions directly into the blood. The secretions of the endocrine glands are called hormones. These hormones are responsible for the proper development and growth of the body. A hormone is a chemical released by a gland and functions as a chemical messenger that transports a signal from one cell to another. Hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid and parathyroid glands, adrenal glands, and reproductive glands, also called gonads, which are in the form of testes in males and ovaries in females, are the endocrine glands. Few glands, like pancreas, show both endocrine and exocrine characters. Pancreas is a part of the digestive system. The exocrine cells in the pancreas secrete pancreatic juice through a duct into the small intestine to aid digestion. Islets of Langerhans is a group of cells in the pancreas which perform the endocrine activity by secreting a hormone called insulin directly into the blood. Insulin regulates the blood sugar level in blood. Although hormones are mainly produced by the endocrine glands, some non-endocrine organs such as the brain, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, thymus, skin, and placenta also produce and release hormones. Now let us study about hormones in detail. An endocrine gland possesses a network of blood capillaries. A hormone can easily penetrate through the cell membranes of the blood capillaries and enter the bloodstream. Hormones are transported through these capillaries to other parts of the body. Sometimes a hormone targets a specific organ or tissue and do not act unless they bind with their target cell. Hormones only bind with the cells which have appropriate receptors on their cell walls. When a hormone binds with the target cell, the cell receives a message from the hormone which triggers a chemical reaction, and thus the cell performs its allocated task. Now let us take the example of the hormone insulin. The food we eat is converted into glucose, generally called sugar. Glucose is the most important energy source for cells, but cells cannot absorb glucose without the help of insulin. When food gets converted into glucose and flows into the bloodstream, blood sugar level increases. This activates the flow of insulin in blood. When insulin targets the liver cells and binds to its receptors, it triggers the cell to open some gates so that glucose can enter the cells and get converted into glycogen, the stored form of sugar in liver. If insulin fails to open these gates, or if insulin is not generated in the body, glucose cannot reach the required cells. This leads to a condition commonly called diabetes. Now let us study about the pituitary gland and this function of TSH. The pituitary gland is situated at the base of our brain and is also called the master gland because it controls the other glands in the endocrine system. It secretes the thyroid stimulating hormone or TSH, which targets the thyroid glands. TCH stimulates the thyroid gland cells to produce T3 and T4 hormones. T3 and T4 hormones target the cells involved in the process of metabolism, through which nutrients are converted into energy. T3 and T4 take help of iodine present in blood and initiates energy production. If the level of TCH in the body is high, it means that the receptors of the thyroid gland is underactive, and the symptoms of an underactive thyroid can be fatigue, depression, and so on. Thyroid glands are also responsible for the growth of brain and calcium content of bones. Pituitary gland also secretes growth hormones or GH, which controls growth of the body. Growth hormone helps to increase the size and the number of cells in our body. GH also affects increase in bone length and thickness by stimulating the production of cartilage cells. Production of GH is maximum during adolescence, but with age pituitary gland stops production of these hormones and therefore growth also stops. This way the pituitary gland controls body growth. Thus we learn that the endocrine system has an important role in control and coordination of various organs of the human body. Glands and hormones of the endocrine system control important functions like our energy level, blood sugar level, growth,